Western Callaway County today left one person dead and 2 others injured. The collision happened about 6 miles down State Road Y near County Road 365. Good evening, I'm Brianna Stubler.
And I'm Abby Dodge. Thanks for joining us. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says the 2 vehicles struck each other head-on and then became fully engulfed in flames. The medical examiner says 23-year-old Ryan Kirk from New Bloomfield died. The patrol says a 28-year-old man and a 7-year-old boy were taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
A shed is completely burnt after a fire in Boone County this morning. Firefighters say a group of hunters used garden hoses to keep the fire away from a nearby house. That house was not damaged. Firefighters got the call for the fire off Highway 40 near Rocheport around 7:45 and got it under control around 9:30.
A man charged in a St. Louis County quadruple homicide has been arrested in Columbia. Police say they arrested 20-year-old Javon Dupree yesterday. He is charged with 4 counts each of first-degree murder and robbery in the shooting deaths of 4 people. Police say they were shot inside a Glasgow Village home in August.
The Columbia Police Department has 8 new officers, its largest recruiting class in years. The 8 officers went through 17 weeks of studying Missouri laws and codes, practicing defense techniques, and qualifying for firearm use. Their next step will be 3 weeks of orientation and then 4.5 months of field work. These new officers will hopefully help the Columbia Police Department with low staffing concerns.
To address recent gun-linked assaults and injuries, a Columbia resident is offering gifts as an incentive to buy back guns. Anyone who brought a gun received a gift card and gun safety information, no questions asked. The Columbia Police Department agreed to safely destroy all weapons. The Guns for Gift event founder discussed how and when to safely use a gun. He also discussed the issue of accidental injuries and what happens when stolen weapons fall into the wrong hands.
My concern and reason for doing the gun buyback was some of the recent shootings in Columbia. To me, it was just an eye-opener that, this affects everyone.
As of today, Boone County has 101 reported firearm assaults this year. So that's 65 less than 2016.
Graduation day was especially memorable for one Mid-Missouri woman. Amy Kiso-Bludso walked the stage and earned her master's in business administration. She is one of the first student graduation speakers for Columbia College. Kiso was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal breast cancer in 2016. Her speech highlighted living life to the fullest, and although it was addressed to her classmates, it was also a message for her children.
Braxton, Garrett, Zachariah, and Elena. When my time here is over, I hope that you will remember these words. When I cannot be with you, please remember these words.
Bludso and her family will get to spend time together during a vacation out west.
For some kids, the holidays can be difficult when you're not expecting any gifts under the Christmas tree. Today, Jefferson City Police hosted an annual event that pairs law enforcement officers with local youth who may not normally go Christmas shopping. With money donated throughout the year by the community, each child was given a gift card to buy gifts for themselves and for their families. We are only 9 days away from Santa visiting us here in Columbia, but today Jefferson City got a visit from someone with a lot of giving spirit. I spoke with one jolly fellow about his love for hot chocolate and how that's benefiting people here in Mid-Missouri. He has the same red hat and Christmas spirit. But last time I checked, Santa wasn't 6 years old. Fueled by hot chocolate, 6-year-old Hudson Patrick took donations in the parking lot of a Hy-Vee in Jefferson City today to help families in Mid-Missouri.
And they need toys for infants in ages to 8 years, 6 to 8 years.
His reason for giving back is simple.
Because I wanted to help people who doesn't have toys or food.
Shoppers stopped by to give money, toys, and food to Hudson. His Christmas spirit? Infectious. Hudson's mom, Allison, hopes that one day her younger sons will catch his giving spirit.
He's just so excited about it, and he has really just taken everything that he's doing, and he's just ran with it, and it's just made him very excited to know that he's helping people.
But until they get a little older, she'll have to settle for just one son making a difference.
Makes me feel good for that generation. It's great to teach your kids to always give back and try to help others.
The donation Hudson collected today will be given to the Pantry and Toys for Tots. Both organizations still need help this holiday season with items like infant toys and Ziploc bags.
An estimated 400 people honored veterans this holiday season at a wreath-laying ceremony today. It happened at the State Veterans Cemetery in Jacksonville. People placed over 1,200 wreaths throughout the cemetery, and that's just part of the approximately 1.6 million wreaths placed at headstones across the U.S. and overseas. And it's all made possible through generous donations.
We had great support from our counties. We have 31 counties for the Northeast region that the cemetery covers, so basically from Jeff City all the way up to the Iowa line, then over to St. Louis. So yeah, we've had great support.
Many of the donations come from individuals, but some come from businesses. If you'd like to donate yourself, we have information on our website at komu.com.
Lots of people in town this weekend for graduation, and it wasn't too chilly out there today.
But will the warm weather stick around? Matt?
And that warm weather is going to stick around. We're going to continue to see above average temperatures, but it is going to be cooler tomorrow as rain chances move into mid-Missouri. Looking at our live Doppler rate first alert radar, right now we are clear and temperatures are in the 40s. That's where we're going to be tomorrow. We're at 46 in Columbia right now, 45 in Fulton, 46 in Mexico, and 45 in Paris. Winds are out of the south, much calmer as well at 8 miles per hour in Columbia, 5 miles per hour in Jefferson City, and 8 miles per hour in Fulton. But as I mentioned, rain is on the way. You've probably already noticed that cloud cover has started to increase. Cloud cover moving in, and by tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., this rainfall going to start moving into the area. Now, coming up in my full forecast in the next few minutes, we'll track that rain hour by hour and tell you how much you can expect in your backyard. I'll have all that coming up in just a few minutes.
I knew those temperatures were too good to last. President Trump is at Camp David for the weekend, gearing up for a big week ahead, which could see Republicans crossing the finish line on tax reform.
A Republican House and Senate committee agreed to a compromise bill yesterday, which will be voted on this week. NBC's Chris Pallone reports.
On his way to Camp David for the weekend, President Donald Trump felt like Santa Claus, hoping to deliver a signature on the nation's biggest tax reform plan in decades.
This is going to be one of the great gifts to the middle-income people of this country that they've ever gotten for Christmas.
House and Senate Republicans hammered out final details and lined up enough votes for it to pass Friday.
Our lawmakers listened to their constituents, families and businesses, and this tax reform reflects the priorities of the American people.
The bill creates 7 new tax brackets. The average family with a joint income of $70,000 a year will pay 12% instead of 15%. The corporate tax rate goes from 35% to 21%. But tax cuts for individuals expire in 2025. The corporate tax cut is permanent.
Reputable third-party analysis, nonpartisan, does show that most people will get a tax cut from this legislation, but it's just not going to add up to much.
Polls show a majority of Americans are against the plan. Democrats call it a sham, a giveaway to the rich. Former Republican National Committee Chair Michael Steele says Republicans will take any win they can get.
They want to get out of this year as fast as they can with a pat on their back to say, gee, look what we finally did. And say, we have given you the best Christmas present we could possibly give you, without letting them know that when you unwrap this thing, it may actually contain coal.
Analysts say if passed, the tax bill would add $1.5 trillion to the national debt. A vote is expected Tuesday. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
It's unclear whether Mississippi Senator Tad Cochran and Arizona Senator John McCain will be able to vote on the tax bill this week. Both missed votes last week due to medical issues. Vice President Pence has postponed a trip to Jerusalem next week in case he has to break the tie in the Senate. This morning, people had the chance to ask Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill about the plan. She hosted a town hall at the St. Louis Community College Kirkwood campus. Dozens showed up. As written, the plan is expected to add to the nation's debt. McCaskill says it will cut $1 billion from Missouri's budget alone, and that could mean cuts to state programs.
Because our tax code is linked to the federal tax code. So either the Missouri legislature is going to have to uncouple those, which means people will lose some of the benefits that they might get from this tax bill, or they're going to have to find $1 billion in cuts in Missouri's budget.
This is Senator McCaskill's 50th town hall of the year. She is up for re-election next year.
Here's what's happening right now. Firefighters are still fighting one of the biggest fires in California's history. There are mandatory evacuations around Montecito as winds gust up to about 60 miles an hour. Firefighters are spraying water onto hot spots, but the cause still remains under investigation. So far, firefighting costs are upwards of $100 million.
A new donation is expected to make strides in research. Just who's getting the money? That's coming up.
But first, how about a live look over downtown Columbia? It is 9:10 on your Saturday evening. Lots of people in town for graduation. This is KOMU8 News at 9. Coverage you can count on.
Always know what's coming ahead of the storm. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app for your phone and tablet.
I'm Denise Payne. Being a top realtor is anything but a spectator sport. You've got to be willing to go all in to find that perfect home or make that sale.
Denise really helped me with the ins and outs of getting my loan.
She made us realize what a wonderful realtor can do.
I would put Denise as a 10 plus.
She was there with us every step of the way.
I do whatever it takes to make your dream come true.
Denise Payne, Weichert Realtors. Get results. Get Denise.
Life of a homeowner is full of surprises. Trips that drive you crazy, clogged drains magically appear, heating and cooling systems break with way too much month left before the paychecks arrive. Hi, I'm Doug with All Weather. We've been fixing homeowner surprises for over 23 years. Our technicians are licensed, highly skilled, in fact, are trained to do one thing, and that's fix stuff, expertly, on time, on budget, with upfront pricing. Next time your house throws you a surprise, call All Weather. We fix stuff. No surprises here.
Slumberland's 50th celebration is almost over, and we want to thank you. Stop in and get $50 off your purchase of $2.99 or more. You'll see lots of great stuff on sale, like this sofa for just $4.49. This bed at just $3.99. Don't miss out. Pay no interest for 50 months and get $50 off your purchase during Slumberland's 50th anniversary sale. That's a lot of 50s. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Are you behind on your mortgage? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Is your house underwater because you owe more than it's worth? Are you considering trying to get a loan modification on your own? Did you know that less than 5% of people who tried on their own actually got a modification? At the Mortgage Modification Helpline, we know the rules and regulations banks don't want you to know about. And we've helped thousands of people stay in their homes. Are you struggling to keep up? Are you past due on your mortgage? If so, we can help. It doesn't matter if you have bad credit, been turned down, or if you're currently getting the runaround from your lender. The call and consultation is free, and it only takes a few minutes to find out if we can help. So call the Mortgage Modification Helpline today, and let's get your loan modified into one you can afford.
Please call 800-470-4219. That is 800-470-4219.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Welcome back to KOMU8 News at 9 on Mid-Missouri's CW. You're taking a look at our time lapse from the Columbia Regional Airport today. We saw a lot of sunshine throughout the morning hours, but over the last few hours, cloud cover has really started to increase. Temperatures have held relatively steady, and over the next few hours, we are going to continue to hold steady. Cloud cover acts like a blanket, and that prevents those temperatures from falling off too much. Now, our high temperature today was 62 degrees. We hit that earlier this afternoon. Our low this morning was 32 degrees, well above average for this time of year, but we certainly need the rainfall. Now, for the year, we are 4 inches behind where we should be, and we do have a chance of rain for tomorrow, but not a big chance. We have that cloud cover increasing right now. You can see that on our satellite and radar. But our rain is still down to the south across Oklahoma and Texas. It's going to continue to move into mid-Missouri, but it is moving into some drier air, so it's going to take some time for it to move in. We do also have this cold front to our north. That's going to stall out across northwest parts of the state and eventually diminish over the next several days. Let's track that rain chance out hour by hour on our precipcast as we zoom into mid-Missouri. By midnight, that rain starting to move into southwest Missouri, and then by tomorrow morning, that rain already moving into mid-Missouri, stopping the clock here at 7 o'clock, our southwest counties starting to get in on that rain. That rain sticks with us through about 10 a.m. But as we go into the early afternoon hours, this rain falls apart pretty quickly, just light sprinkles by 1 o'clock. And then by much of the afternoon hours, we're mostly dry, just seeing a few sprinkles as that cloud cover hangs on. So the rainfall totals with this are not going to be all that impressive. But at this point, every little bit helps, and we certainly do need that rainfall. Looking at those rainfall totals, most of us picking up around 1/10 of an inch, less than that in Mexico, Moberly, and Macon. I think the further north you go of I-70, the less rainfall we see. The further southwest you go, the better chance we have of picking up upwards of 1/4 of an inch. Then as we go through the next several days, we will start to see a pattern shift as we go into next weekend. But for much of next week, we are staying warm. For tonight, we will see a low near 40 degrees, increasing cloud cover, warmer temperatures with winds out of the south at 6 to 10 miles per hour. Those winds will continue out of the south throughout the day tomorrow. Will warm up to a high near 48 degrees. That morning rain, again, winds staying out of the south. That's the warm weather direction. And those southerly winds will continue into Monday, a high near 55 degrees. That helps us warm up. Tuesday, we see a lot more sunshine across the area. And then as we go into Wednesday, we're a little bit cooler. But overall, we're going to continue to see those temperatures in the 50s. But by next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we are looking at a major cool down in mid-Missouri, highs staying in the lower 30s.
More seasonal for this time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Matt.
The Missouri Orthopedic Institute is the beneficiary of a new donation.
How the Institute hopes the money will move medicine forward. That's next.
Quick, what's the first thing you think of when you need health care? We want it to be Family Health Center, primary and preventive care for the whole family. Think of us first when you get sick, need an annual checkup, for newborn and pediatric care, chronic disease management, immunizations, or referral to a specialist. We take all major insurance plans and offer discounts for those who qualify. Plan now for good health. Make Family Health Center your first choice for primary care. Now in East Columbia on Broadway Bluffs Drive. Family Health Center, health and care within reach.
KOMU8 proudly presents a Mid-Missouri holiday tradition, the KOMU8 Holiday Concert from the historic Missouri Theater, featuring dozens of choirs from schools across Mid-Missouri. Watch the KOMU8 Holiday Concert at 10:35 p.m. on Christmas Eve and at 5 and 6 a.m. and noon on Christmas Day. The KOMU8 Holiday Concert is presented by Baumgartner's Furniture and Central Methodist University.
View local news, your first alert forecast, and local sports scores no matter where you are. Visit KOMU.com/mobile to get KOMU8 news on your mobile phone.
MOEX and Doc and Norm Direct have combined forces and joined as one. We go live to MOEX, Doc and Norm Direct World Headquarters. Take it, Jin Hao.
特别激动，这次来到了 MOEX， 博门和道克的公司。从这儿去克拉斯城和路易斯是第一选择。Back to you, Doc.
Their special event charter service is incredible. With us now are the spokespersons for this crafty move. What can you tell us?
We want you to ride MOEX, Doc and Norm Direct.
Now, back to your regular scheduled programming.
Non-attorney spokesperson. Attention. Have you been seriously injured or has a loved one been killed in a motor vehicle accident?
Call 800-829-0571.
You may be entitled to compensation. Personal injuries can happen at any point in your lifetime. And in a few seconds, you or a loved one may suffer debilitating injuries that could change your life forever.
Call 800-829-0571.
For a free consultation, you may be entitled to compensation.
Doctors who specialize in helping us move hope $2 million will help them make new strides.
KOMU8's Chelsea Haynes tells us how the Missouri Orthopedic Institute hopes a donation will help it move forward in medicine.
These doctors live for more than applause. They live for saving lives.
My greatest passion at this point, I think, is can we cure this disease and find a way to restore people to the kind of function that God gave us all to start with.
Dr. Stannard and Dr. Cook created the trademarked Mizzou Biojoint Surgery. They hope a $2 million donation will expand research on tissue engineering in a place that's already world-renowned.
The Missouri Orthopedic Institute is one of the few centers in the entire world that houses not only a patient care facility, but a laboratory, just like the one I'm standing in right now.
Tissue engineering has already proved itself successful for our furry friends.
Literally, in this case, the BioJoint was a life-saving procedure.
Now, these doctors hope it could help humans by creating lab-grown joints and ligaments for patients.
You know, joint problems are so prevalent, and everybody's going to face it one way or another in their lifetime. And so if we can find regenerative biological solutions that let them do what they want to do, you know, that's what I think it's really about. So,
Dr. Stannard and Cook say the future of regenerative medicine will take years, but this dynamic duo believes it's possible to save lives one tissue at a time. Chelsea Haynes, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
The Weiss Foundation made that donation of $2 million in honor of Stannard's leadership. The group is a medical foundation based in Switzerland.
Could the Kansas City Chiefs overcome this crucial first quarter blunder in a key divisional game? Find out next in sports.
This cheeseburger and shake for $3.99 might be the best deal ever.
Next time I'm buying.
Okay, let's shake on it.
Okay.
TJ's handshakes regarding real ice cream shakes and cheeseburgers are void if Pete is wearing a sweater and a plaid shirt.
Oh, man. Get a cheeseburger and a small hand-mixed shake for just $3.99. This is how you Sonic.
FFO Home Stories.
Looking at the expensive furniture store ads, the only recliner I could afford was a cheap fabric-based model. But for the same price, FFO got me leather and power motion.
FFO Home, where great quality lives for less. At FFO Home, our comfortable recliners are priced to save. Wall huggers, power recline models, in durable fabrics, leather, big man styles too. No interest financing until 2022. Merry Christmas from FFO Home.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call the number on your screen and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. From exams and cleanings to more expensive procedures, they're all included with the Carefree Dental Card. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month, and everyone in your household can use the same card.
Call the number on the screen. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
Hey, I'm trying to carpool to work.
I don't want to miss out on Sonic Breakfast. Plus, it's a great opportunity for me to network. Maybe you guys wouldn't mind looking at my resume?
This is just your receipt.
Are you in accounting?
Totally into accounting. 1, 2.
New low breakfast burritos starting at $1.49. This is how you Sonic.
Closed captioning during KOMU 8 News is brought to you by Mawkins.com. Shop thousands of vehicles on sale. Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
Missouri basketball has a nice little 3-game winning streak going with the upcoming bragging rights game against Illinois looming just a week away. Tigers had to focus on the Ospreys of North Florida tonight, looking for win number 4 in a row. Tigers coming off a 100-point performance against UW Green Bay. They got out quick here early. Blake Harris with the and one off the missed shot, went coast to coast on that one. A little later in the first, Mizzou down by a point, but Cassius Robertson with the 3. That would put Missouri up 8-5. Now watch the scoreline here. It was 8-6, now it's 14-6. Cullen Van Leer finding Jordan Barnett. He drains the mid-range jumper. 16-6, it's an 11-0 run now, forcing the North Florida timeout. Timeout, though, did not work. Robertson again from 3. That would make it an 18-0 run. It would be a 20-0 run before North Florida scored. And then Jordan Barnett there with a nice little floater. He had a 13-point first half, and the Tigers would go on to win 85-51. 11 days out from Missouri football's final game day of the 2017 season, the Texas Bowl-bound Tigers continue to prepare for their battle against the Texas Longhorns. Fresh off of finals week with little football activity, Coach Barry Odom says he ran practice similar to a normal Tuesday practice. He also says though the team took it easy wrapping up the semester, they're ready to go and don't need much motivation.
This group, anytime we're going to line up and go play, we want to win. So, I mean, there's not a lot of, not going to have to set anything on fire, or it's not going to take much. These guys want to go play a great game and finish the season the right way. We got a chance to do something that hadn't been done in college football history.
For sure, more excited about the whole bowl experience itself, the fact that we actually are going to a bowl and, not going home and lifting weights at the local gym, throwing balls on your high school field.
I doubt that after starting 5-0, many people expected the Chiefs to be just a game over 500 13 games in, battling with the Chargers for control of the division. But that's exactly where what we find at Arrowhead tonight. KC beat Los Angeles by a couple touchdowns when the two teams met in Week 3. Fast forward to the second, 3-0 Chiefs, 3rd and short, and Alex Smith gets a whole lot more, finding Tyreek Hill 64 yards. He just flat out outran the defender. This one is in the 3rd, Chiefs up short by a small margin, 10-6. Now onto the ice, the St. Louis Blues currently hosting the Winnipeg Jets and looking to end a 2-game losing streak. Now this between the two are the first of 2 straight games between these two teams in as many days. Midway through the first period, Alexander Steen's slap shot is blocked, but Vladimir Tarasenko there for the rebound. Tarasenko would add an assist on St. Louis's second goal as the Blues win 2-0. That's it for sports.
Slumberland is celebrating our 50th year. Pay no interest for 50 months. Plus, all mattresses are on sale. Get a Sealy Queen set for just $444. Our 50th year. It's big. Slumberland. It's a good life.
You plan for everything in life, except the only thing that's for certain. Is it time for a frank discussion with your loved ones about final arrangements? It pays to discuss the details and the price when your family is not under stress. When you're ready, contact Bach Yeager Funeral Chapel. Tour our newly remodeled facilities. We're not big and corporate. You'll deal directly with our owners. Whether it's an affordable traditional service or a simple cremation, count on Bach Yeager Funeral Chapel. Personalized service with dignity, care, and respect.
Slumberland's 50th celebration is almost over, and we want to thank you. Stop in and get $50 off your purchase of $299 or more. Get this sofa for just $449. Pay no interest for 50 months. Slumberland. It's a good life.
An amusement park in Denmark is decorated with 1 million lights and festive decorations for Christmas. Tivoli opened in 1843. It's one of the world's largest amusement parks. Visitors can see a single tree with over 35,000 fairy lights. Oh, so beautiful. I wish I could be there right now.
I wonder what their electric bill looks like.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. Coming up on KOMU8 News at 10, the Kansas City Chiefs battled the LA Chargers in a close, low-scoring game.
We'll have an update for you on the score as well as highlights. That's up at 10.
Rain is on the way for tomorrow, mainly in the morning hours. So if you're headed out tomorrow morning, grab that umbrella in the morning. We dry out for the afternoon. Morning temperatures near 40 degrees. Afternoon temperatures not much warmer in the upper 40s. And over the next several days, we get a lot warmer with the 50s returning. And those 50s stick around through Thursday before much cooler temperatures arrive as we go into next weekend.
I thought the magic tree was impressive.
Oh
right?
my gosh, those lights. Hey, I hope your parents are okay with you taking a rain jacket picture for graduation prom.
Yeah, maybe an umbrella. Bedazzle that a little.
On air, online,